new here, I'm Sue of Bend and Stretch with Sue. In today's video, I'm taking you through a short Pilates session that will be done standing, but using a yoga block or yoga brick that will be helpful in having to work a little bit harder in order to maintain stability. So that means your muscles are working harder, more strengthening, and more of those desired results of a strong, toned core. Now, if you don't have one of these handy, you could go ahead and take a thicker textbook. The idea is that by elevating, you are going to have to work that much harder. So let's get going now as you go ahead and grab your prop. So setting your block aside for now as we warm up the body, starting out with some shoulder rolls and just loosening up as we warm up and get the blood flowing. Do a little bit of the arms swaying, even a little bit of twist adding through your core as you lift up the opposite heel of the direction that you're twisting in. It is really helpful to ensure that you don't create any torque through your knee. From here, you can come back to the center, a little bit of marching on the spot as you get the arms pumping as well. So the blood flowing, heart pumping, and from here, we're going to take the legs a little bit wider, creating a little bit of squatting here to fire up those glutes, keeping the powerhouse on as you always remember to breathe in when you are when you're in the easiest portion of the exercise, breathing out when you're in the more challenging one. You want to squeeze those glutes as you come up. And from here, let's bring the feet back in and come back to standing. Let's take a big breath in, bring those arms up. As you bring one alongside the leg to stretch through the side body, sliding those fingertips down, reaching up and over with the opposite arm, breathing in to bring it up center, breathing out to switch and do the other side. Reaching up and over, sliding those fingertips down once again. And bring it all the way back up. And again, a little shrug of the shoulders, little turn of the head to one side, keeping chin level, breathing in center, breathing out, and breathing in center again. From here, drop the chin to the collarbone, a little bit of rotation here, from one side to the other as you drag the chin along the collarbones. And as you bring it back to the middle, let's bring weight onto one leg as we loosen up into the ankle, into the hip, and the other way as well. And let's switch it over. Bring the weight in the opposite leg. Warming up that ankle, warming up the hip also. Keeping that powerhouse on as you move through the warm-up. Keep the breath flowing as well. And let's bring it back. So from here, we're going to reach for our block. You're going to place it on your mat and placing your left foot on the block as we begin. Now, depending on the size of your feet, you might need 2 blocks, but you want to try to center your foot over top of the block. So from here, we're going to lift the other foot and bring it down as we come into a little tiny squat. So lift and lower. So really focusing on keeping your balance here. You could have the arms out, you can keep them to the hips if you like, but we want to be moving straight down and straight back up again. So just a little start of engaging glutes here. So keeping your neck nice and neutral. And you're going to start your legs starting to warm up, starting to feel a little bit more heat in there. Making sure that you're also pressing through the back portion of the foot, not just the front. From here, we're going to hold it lifted, bring the knee up, and take a big step out to the side as you come into a wider squat, and bring it back up, keeping that powerhouse on, squatting down, lifting it up, step, and sink. When you sink, make sure that the weight is coming back, your chest is staying lifted, breathing in and breathing out. Let's do a few more here. 2 more exactly. 1. And on this one, we're just going to hold it, pulse it out. Make sure the knees are pressing open, weight is back, and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back, and from here, I'm just going to scoop my block forward a little bit so that I have enough room to step back behind. So repositioning my foot as I lift the knee up and step it back into a lunge. So keeping my body nice and tall, lift, step it straight back, and sink. So if you need the arms out to assist you with balancing, go ahead and do that, and keep it moving. So you will feel that you really notice a difference if you are engaging your powerhouse versus not. That's all about strengthening from the center of your body. The more strength you have in the core, the better your balance will be. So even if you don't have great balance, it would be a lot worse if you did not have a strong core. And let's finish up with 2 more here. 2, 1 more. And we're going to hold it here in our lunge. And once again, we're going to take a jump pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And bring it up and bring it down. Shake out the leg. And from here, let's switch it over to the opposite side. So same movements as we bring the opposite foot onto our block, lifting up and taking it down. Lift and lower. Lifting and lowering. Keeping that glute strong on the side, on the leg that's on the block. So you want to take the time as you move up to straighten that leg. And that's where you're going to get that powerful squeeze and lift. Now the next one you lift up. Bring that knee up and take a step out to the side and squat it down. Lifting up again, bring that knee up. Big step to the side and sink. Lift, step, and sink. So really be mindful of the muscles that are being utilized here. So it is about controlled movement. That's what Pilates is all about. Keeping the chest lifted is going to be as if you think of the muscles in your abdominal wall, almost as if you are in some sort of muscular girdle that is just drawing everything in, keeping that core really well supported. So when you do come down into the squat and you make your way back up, you're going to feel yourself staying zipped up, but really using the glutes to help to draw the leg in and control your movement. So 1 more here, off to the side, big step, squat it down, keep lifted through your heart, press the knees open, and pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring it back. Take that leg forward and a big step back to your lunge and bring it back in again. Step back, bend, and lift it back up. Use your breath. and your control. So think about being very deliberate, not in a rush to get through the movement, but rather more concentrating on the precise execution of the movements. So we do have another 2 after this one. Ooh, a little wobbly every once in a while once I start to talk. Forget about concentrating. Let's hold this one down again and pulse it out for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring it up and hold it lifted and reach. Bring it up and reach it through. Again, trying to keep your body not only engaged, but trying to keep it level also, so that you're not twisting as you extend the leg back. So a few more here. Last one right here. Holding it here a little longer as you come in to that balance, that airplane balance. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's just switch it over, coming right into that same balance on the opposite side. Reach it back and hinge at the hip, and lift and lift back as you hinge. If you wanted to, you could keep your hands on your hips. I find having them out a little bit easier to balance. Just having that added height really makes you work harder to balance. There's plenty of different exercises that can be done using a yoga block. So I'll be sure to kind of pepper those in for you every once in a while, just to bring you some extra variety. Let's hold this one. Hold it here. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and step it in. Now taking the block and placing it right in the inner thighs above the knees, bring the heels together, and from here we turn the toes out slightly and continue to draw those inner thighs. So you really want to feel yourself squeezing that block, making sure that you don't feel any pressure on the knees, getting nice and tall. You could reach the arms out as if you're hugging a tree, and lifting up and moving down. Lift and lower. So make sure that you do allow your shoulder blades to kind of feel as if they're sliding down your back as you move up and down. Pressing those heels into each other, remaining tall, maybe bringing hands to the hips if you wish. And from here, we hold, stay lifted, squeeze through those glutes to stay tall, and the heels off the floor. Let's pulse it out for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Keeping the block right where it is, we are going to now turn the toes straight ahead, lining up the heels with the rest of the foot so they're parallel to each other. And from here, I'm just going to turn sideways so that you can have a better look at the alignment of my body. So breathing in and breathing out to sink into chair. So as I do this, I am squeezing that block really, really firmly, maintaining a strong uplifted chest, breathing in and breathing out. Pressing firmly into the heels as well as the balls of my feet. That block is being squeezed as I lower and as I come up. A little squeeze of the glutes at the top as well. Next time I come down, I'm going to stay there. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze that block. Open up through the chest. Squeeze the block a little harder. Let's pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring it all the way up. Give the shoulders a little bit of a roll. You can release your block from here. You can pick up one foot as we give a good stretch to the quads here. Keeping the chest nice and open, pointing that knee down and away from you, maintaining a tuck of the tailbone. Maybe crossing the ankle over top of the opposite thigh to come in to a figure 4 stretch or standing pigeon. Perhaps you can hold on to a chair or a wall, whatever you might have nearby, to give yourself a better hip stretch. Let's switch it over to the other side as we draw that foot in toward the body, pointing knee away, opening the chest. And flex the ankle, cross it over, positioning it on your thigh as you make your way down into that figure 4. A little tight in those glutes today. Let that knee open up, keep the chest lifted. So this is where you can really benefit from some of those massaging techniques that I have on the channel, using therapy balls, using the foam roller. Sink a little higher, lift your chest a little more, and come on up. Give the legs a little bit of a shake. Bring the feet parallel to each other. A little bit of a swivel and circle through the hips in one direction. Circle them in the other direction. Take a big breath in to float the arms up, looking up, inhale. Exhale, take a dive down. And give yourself a great big hug as you draw the knees into the body. Squeeze them in. The head a little shake and release. And as you slowly unroll, come on all the way up. I hope you enjoyed the little bit of a variety using a block. If you like it, I'd love to offer you more options using a yoga block. Do be sure to give me one of these. Subscribe if you haven't, and get that notification bell on so you'll know when I upload new content. You can check it out. Check me out in the next video. Namaste.